Heya, this is Sydney, and I am here to talk us through it for Sunday, April 20th, 2025. The sun is in Taurus, currently ruled by a Venus in Pisces that is conjunct, very close to being conjunct Saturn. And so there can be like a seriousness around the things that we value, and we're trying to create a sense of security and stability in this world, new foundations that make us feel safe and secure. So, welcome to Taurus season. I'm thrilled. Very early in the morning, before most people are even awake, we do have a square with Chiron and Aries. So, if we wake up feeling a little bit sensitive, that could be why. Early morning to really like all the way through the afternoon, I think feels really good. I think that this would be a really great day to like go get brunch, a really tasty brunch with your friends. We have a biquintile to Jupiter and Gemini. We could be feeling pretty social, expansive, really kind of connected. And moon sextile Venus in Pisces, like this is our mood, right? Our mood and moon, and our needs are in a happy, flowing connection. Now, we do remember that the moon is in Capricorn. She's very kind of serious, boss babe vibes, but that doesn't mean that Capricorn doesn't like to have a good time. It just needs a bit of structure around it, which is why I say like brunch could be really great, especially because it's Sun and Taurus happening. We also have the moon trine Uranus in Taurus. So this can be, intuitive hits around how we, our habits, perhaps, our mood and our emotions are feeling a little bit more sensitively tuned in. I love moon trine Uranus. I just think that there is a sensitivity and a intuition that is kind of unrivaled with that pairing. Moon sextile Saturn in Pisces. I don't want to say that it's like a Debbie Downer aspect, because whenever something is touching Saturn, there can be kind of a limit placed upon it or a weight. The sextile makes it a little bit more harmonious, especially because the moon is in Capricorn, sextiling its ruler Saturn in Pisces. So this could just be like, you have exactly the right amount of time and energy to get the things done, or to like kind of make your list around your errands for the day. The Sunday is a great day to kind of like, these are my lazy errands. I think this is a great working aspect for that. But we should know that the void, of course, begins at 9 a.m. And so, whatever kind of errands or new projects that we're trying to start between 9 and 4:30, would say 4:30 p.m., nothing much is going to come to it. So this is a great time to just like rest, be social with your friends or not, just like also cozy up, watch a show, be quiet, contemplative. There's something about that too, truly. Then the moon is going to enter Aquarius. The void, of course, will end. This happens around 4:30 p.m., 4:21 to be exact, whatever. Aquarius moons have the ability to kind of be a little bit more cerebral around their emotions, to detach. There is a kind of taking in the needs of the many. That outweighs the needs of the few, of me. They tend to put other people before them, which naughty. I think that the moon in Aquarius needs to learn to be a little bit more selfish, and to go, I matter, but also all of you matter, right? But that's here nor there right now. That's for a reading. We do have that moon in Aquarius will sextile Neptune. So this is like new ideas. There's kind of almost like a spirituality kind of thing comes into the mood, into the habits, into the feeling of the day. I like this sextile. I think that it could be really almost like just passionate, but also not so passionate that you make rash decisions, because a moon in Aquarius isn't about that. Then we have a moon in Aquarius opposite Mars in Leo. This feels like anger. This feels like a clash of the egos. This feels like emotional upset and upheaval. And it's at the very first degree, so it doesn't really know what it's doing. There can be an awareness around what we need and what our drives are. They're not hitting. They're not jiving. 6:35 p.m., we have the moon in Aquarius square the sun in Taurus. So this is the last quarter square. And I think it's important to mention that this last quarter square that is happening really involves a T-square, because the moon and Mars are opposite, and then the sun is at the apex of this T-square. So sun's up here, we have the moon and Mars. And a T-square is crisis. It is passionate. It is tension. It is really trying to push us in some sort of way. It's a fixed square. This can feel kind of explosive. And I think that this is a trigger to a trigger to the Mars and Pluto opposition that is happening in just about, I think it's like 5 or 6 days. I think this is where we get a taste of whatever that Mars-Pluto opposition is. And so we need to be very aware of what's going on. So if you have planets, especially in the fixed signs at the earliest, like 0, 1, 2, 3 degrees, pay attention. I mean, you might be forced to pay attention to what's going on in your life. And in general, for all of us, look at where the Leo and opposite house Aquarius are in your chart to see where this conflict, this upheaval, this awareness about a situation is happening. With the last quarter square, this feels like a crisis. It's a crisis of awareness, and we have to make some sort of change to wrap up this cycle, right? So something to consider. It's volatile, is what I'm trying to say. And then 11:19 p.m., we have the moon conjunct Pluto, and this is intensity, right? This is complexity. This is obsession. This can be some sort of obsession that we're feeling about how we connect to our community in general, what we need to do in order to perform community with other people. This is, Pluto is allowing, no, that's not quite right. Pluto is asking for the moon in Aquarius to eliminate something, to go deep and to pluck out what doesn't serve it, right? And this could be, maybe some of its goals or hopes around how society behaves, right? It could be to change some sort of hope and wish it has about how we all behave in community, or how community is around our connection. So intensity at the end, but whenever we come and we meet up with Pluto is asking us to make some deep changes so that we can be better in our evolution. So, mixed bag. All right, y'all. I will see you to talk tomorrow, and take care. Bye. Hey, thank you for listening to today's Astro Weather with me. I'm Sydney. As a reminder, I'm always open to seeing both new and my beloved returning clients. My website is ddastrology.com. That is D as in dog, astrology.com, to check me out, and just click the email buttons in order to schedule with me. If you're into a more conversational feel with your podcast and content, I have a podcast called BS Astrology with my fellow Mercurial Mommy Bender, and we put out episodes every Sunday for the week. Just search BS Astrology on YouTube or wherever you enjoy listening to your podcast, including Spotify, Audible, and more. Have a good day.